politicians in the news, the petty rivalries, the name-calling, so childish. Maybe it would be better if they weren't children. Maybe instead of Congress, they should all just hang out in a clubhouse.
To the Clubhouse. You must be the new kid on the block.
Yes, the name is God.
That's an odd name.
Well, it's not my official name, it's merely an acronym. Stands for Grand Old Party.
Oh, you practically have just been born.
My girlfriend, her name's Mary Todd, she's a believer in psychics, and she says we're going to be around for a while. She talked to a branding consultant from the future, Mr. Donald Draper, who said we should labor ourselves creating an image of permanency.
My friends ain't big on branding. Too much organization. Anyway, you can just call me D.
Nice to meet you, Dee. So tell me, how does this club work?
Well, you represent your friends on the block, and I represent mine. When we have a disagreement, we come into the clubhouse and try and settle our differences peacefully. When we can't agree, we stand in front of that machine and make our arguments. It considers our reckoning and gives us its decision.
Nice looking piece of equipment. How did you get it?
A friend named Wells dropped it off. Said it was a piece from some stage play called Star Trek, I think. I call it the Electorator.
How's it powered? Coal? Wind? Nuclear? Or is it something as simple as wood? I'm very good with an axe.
I don't really know for sure. I've heard it gets its energy from some mysterious force called the populace. So, anyway, I hear you have an issue to raise.
Yes, your friends on the south side of the block have been very cruel to the kids who look different, and my friends wanted to stop.
If you try, the Southerners will want to quit the club.
That would be very uncivil. The club rules won't allow it. We will fight to prevent that from happening.
Maybe we can have some type of compromise. You know, we can negotiate to reach an agreement.
When it comes to matters of civil rights, there will be no compromise. We will fight to prevent that from happening. Let's see what the Electorator has to say.
Okay, you win this time, but I hope you're ready for a fight.
I am ready. In general, I'm a pacifist, but I am inspired by this guy, Bill the Butcher, who brings out the violent side of me. So, are there any other issues you want to discuss?
Well, I want to talk to you about restrictions on who can move into our block. You know, we have a lot of Irish moving in. I wanted to see if we could do something about that. You know, when we first joined the club, I was worried that we'd be fighting all the time. It's been 40, 50, 60, 70 years of bliss. Since we had our minor disagreements, you know, but we rarely had to use the Electorator.
As long as we talk out our issues rationally, we can make good decisions. We also agreed on your progressive idea of banning alcohol, and with your push to allow women to join the club.
It was one of your friends who first proposed those concepts. Besides, we don't have to worry. Even if women are in the club, men will always have the power. And we agreed with your notion of placing restrictions on large organizations. What was that name you used to call those rules?
Antitrust.
We particularly liked how your man, Teddy, used them to break up out-of-control businesses. In fact, with the economy beginning to fade, we want to talk about more intervention in business matters.
Like what?
Oh, many temporary programs promoting the economy and providing relief to the poor, offering the working class a deal to help them out.
Yet another deal, a new deal. But a deal that sounds expensive.
Oh, we'll run some deficits and borrow some money, but others will see it's for the best. You know, no one wants to have a deficit for a long time.
Some of my friends will be dead set against it, but others will see it as a time for desperate measures. I think we can work something out.
Thanks. Anything you want to bring up?
Let's talk about more restrictions on who can move onto our block. You see, we have a lot of Italians moving in, and, well, you know how that goes. It's
Something happened here. What do we want? Peace! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Peace! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Peace! When do we want it? Now! What do we want?
Stop yelling already! You're always yelling! And can you at least come up with some more creative chants?
We have to end this fight now. My friends are for peace and freedom.
I agree that it would be good to end the fight, but we need peace with honor. We are fighting for peace.
Fighting for peace is like fucking for virginity. You and your warmonger friends need to realize.
Wait a minute! Since when are we the warmongers? It was your friend that started this fight. I don't even know the reason. Something about dominoes. In fact, you started all of our fights over the past 50 years.
Times change, man.
We're not going to agree on this one. Let's go to the electrometer.
I hear there are some improvements. We no longer have to interpret the lights and beats. We now get a recording of the decision in English.
The decision of the populace is
Well, what's the answer?
Oh, here's the problem. There's an 18-minute gap on the tape.
You're up to your old tricks again. You know I won.
Okay, you got me. You think we'll ever be able to get along again?
Sure. We've always healed in the past. People have a short memory.
Maybe you're right. You know, there is one thing I want to talk to you about. We seem to be having a lot of Mexicans moving in and... Hey, where'd he go?
Andy.
Nah, I mean the man, you know, the guy I was talking with before.
Oh, you mean the typical white Democratic male? The kind who feels your pain, who tries to understand all sides of an issue before deciding, who speaks in foreign languages to show how smart he is?
Yeah! Him!
Yeah, those guys were all such pussies beside you need new representation. I'm a symbol of all the underrepresented groups. Women, minorities, gays.
Hey, some of my friends are women too.
You mean people like Anne, Michelle, Sarah? Gotta be kidding, them bitches be friends.
Okay, I hear you about the women, but what about minorities?
Corbin, do you really want to go there?
And what's with these colors? Why are you in blue and I'm in red?
It's a good question. It used to be the other way around, but some commentator named Tim Russert thought this would be a better color scheme, and everyone just went with it.
Why did he get to choose?
Well, he's the only political commentator besides Fareed Zakaria in the past 40 years who said anything intelligent. So, repeat the question. Anyway, what I want to talk to you about...
I disagree. That's just an exaggeration of the liberal media elite following orders from your Hitler-like leader.
You disagree with what? I haven't even said anything yet.
It doesn't matter. Gay marriage, immigration reform, tax policy, business regulations. If you're for it, I'm against it. What the hell are you doing? Ah! What?
I'm not like my predecessors. Anytime you start with a name calling and the code minus this, I'm not gonna take it.
Damn it! See what I mean? See what I mean? You're part of the left-wing agenda. That's right. Damn it! Stop it! This isn't fair!
Oh, so now you're for gun control, huh? Speaking of which, how can you continue to be against background checks when the vast majority of the populace supports them? I don't see how you can be a representative if you're that close-minded.
That's a good point. You should consider the will of the populace in making your decisions.
You shut up! You're no better.
Sure I am. I'm liberal. I'm morally superior.
Every time we talk about education or pension reform, you refuse to make a move without talking to your unions. That's part of the reason we rank so low in education and our town is going bankrupt.
He's correct. Most experts say that public pension costs, if not controlled, will lead to...
Oh, he's no. He's correct. What about the name calling? You know, read the papers. No, read the papers.
You call us a bunch of Hitlers.
No, read the papers. See how many Nazi references you've used in describing us?
Most of the populace would prefer if both of you would tone down the rhetoric. They would both like to see you be more willing to move to the middle and compromise. They are growing weary of gridlock and long-term vision. While the founders wanted healthy debate, they also expected a willingness to take in other points of view and compromise between all parties and all persons on yeah.
Oh my God. What if we died?
I don't know. I completely lost it.
Me too. I knew our infrastructure was falling apart, but it wasn't always this bad, was it?
No, we used to agree on more than we disagreed. And even when we disagreed, we could talk about it.
I remember when Jack and Barry were leading our groups. They disagreed about everything, but their discussions were civilized. They learned from each other, and we learned from them. Maybe we should both listen more and talk less.
So you're willing to try?
I will if you will.
Deal. funny that you mentioned Jack, you know what I mean?
Why's that?
I mean, you're a good presenter, but a total sleaze. Never would have gotten away with that today. Typical one of your friends.
Yeah, what about Newt? Keeps running the same cycle. Get married, have a fling, divorce the wife, even if she's in the hospital. Marry the fling, stop, repeat.
What about Anthony Weiner? Or should I say, Carlos Benjamin?
What about Larry? Or should I say, United States?
You and your friends are morally bankrupt. That's why you're soft on crime and you're
such a damn hypocrite! You are just regularly everything except for a bad girl! And then you want to accept everything from those regulations. That's why you appeal to such a small...
soft on pornography. It's why so many of your friends don't work and rely on handouts. You and your friends